Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to anyone who is new. I'm Jamie and I am here to do an update on what I worked on like the last 3 weeks of February and the first week of March. My last video was February 11th and today, currently at filming, it's March 7th. This video will probably be going up I think March 8th in the morning because it's really late right now. Why do I do this so late? Anyways, so since my last video, I have been doing my rotation of spin the wheel Monday, work on samplers Saturday, Sunday. So that is what we will be starting with because my last video was on a Monday. So I had just spun the wheel and my new project for that week was Mini Home is Where the Magic Is by Randall Spangler, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. If I remember correctly, it did not actually fit the homework for that week, and so I had to do penalty stitches where you have to stitch double the amount of stitches, which was technically doubled and then doubled again because you have to do double stitches if it's tent stitch, and I'm stitching this one tent stitch, so it was a lot of stitches. Ridiculous amounts. So this is where it is. It's stitched on 28 count even weave, 2/1 tent stitch, and I was working on this page here, which is page 4. And then, like I said, I did penalty stitches on this for homework, and I stitched on this one for the attack when there was the attack, and I had stitched I think like 1,300 stitches on it just for the attack thing, whatever. And that's not counting the homework stitches because I think I'd done the homework by then. I don't know. I usually get the homework done like in the first couple days of the week, and the attack happened later in the week. So that is where I am. I love it. There's a lot of confetti going down into this area and the buildings, but it stitches up quick and it's so pretty. It seems so small compared to other Heaven and Earth charts that I have. So on the weekend from that, I stitched on my Death by Cross Stitch, but I'll show that at the end because I've worked on it more since then, so I'll just do it later. So the next week I stitched on Eternal Promise because that's what the wheel told me to do. I only stitched like 2 days that week though because I have it written down what days I stitched, what days I didn't, all the magical stitches stuff that I'm keeping track of, and so this is Super Size Max Color Eternal Promise by Matt Stewart from Heaven and Earth Designs. I am stitching this on 28 count, easy count. I think it's easy count is what this fabric is called. And I'm doing this one 1/1 full cross. Strings in the way. Oh my gosh, I can't get this one out of the way. So this is page 1 finished here. And then I started working on page 2, and that is where it is. I love this one, but I've been working on this for like a year now. Obviously, like not consistently for a year because I keep putting it away, but I've started it a year ago, and I only have 1 page done, and there's 130 pages. I need to pull this out more, a lot more. Oh my gosh, the fabric is stuck on something! Help me! I'm stuck. What is this even stuck on? Okay. We're unstuck. We're good. This huge piece of fabric. So I did those 2, then on the weekend I did Death by Cross Stitch. I actually did Death by Cross Stitch I did it the weekend, and then I also did it the last week of February because I wanted to finish the page that I was working on, which I did, but I'll be showing that after I talk about these next projects. So in Magical Stitches, they did a homework that was starting at the beginning of the month for like the short week. So like it was March 1st through the 3rd, which was the Friday to Sunday. And they had us write a list of our projects, and then you had to stitch on the projects that they told us to stitch on. So because I have less than 13 projects, I had to stitch on projects that were 1 and 3 on my list. Projects 1 and 3 on my list are my least favorite projects that I have of everything. The first project on the list was one, and you can probably guess from my previous videos, talked about this. It's been discussed. It was Pinocchio, Wishes Upon a Star by Thomas Kincaid. I hate this project so much. I love the way it looks. I hate stitching on it. So I had to stitch on that for Magical Stitches homework. I stitched on this branch, the leaves, and I went over to the pink because I wanted to get to pink because it's pink. So I did that. That is where I got to. Yeah, I did it. And then I moved on. I was just like, it's time to put away. My third project on the list was the toy box by Donna Gelsinger. Having an Art Designs chart. I love the chart again. Like, I love the picture. Like, obviously I pick things where I like the picture. But the confetti in the toy box is insane. It's insane. So I'm stitching this on 28 count even weave, 2/1 tent stitch, and yeah. I actually did this for other homework, extra credit in Magical Stitches, so this is more than just what I did for the one homework assignment from earlier. But this is where I got to. I think I ended up doing the homework, and then I did 1,000 stitches for stitching on something that you love that betrayed you. So I had to do double the 500 to do 1,000 because it's tent stitch. And that's where I am. This is the bottom of the page right there. The girl's coat thing right there is the bottom of the page. I kind of just want to get this page finished because I've been working on that page for a while and I just keep putting it away because there's so much confetti left. Like this window area, all like those toy things that are supposed to be there are insane. Insane. Yeah. So that's where it is. I did it. I pulled it out. Like, I'm glad that I pulled it out and got something done on it, but it's also kind of just like, oh my god. So, then this past weekend I worked on Death by Cross Stitch, so I'm going to show it now because this was like the last weekend previously that happened. So this is Death by Cross Stitch by Long Dog Samplers. I am stitching this on 18 count Aida, 1/1 full cross. And I'm stitching this using Silks for You in PR 094. And I finished this page here, which was page 5. And I did that at the end of February, and then this here is going on to page 6. So I'm getting started on page 6. And then right here on page 6 is where it's going to have my start colors for Direwolves. So I'm excited. Looking forward to that. I hope to have that done before Game of Thrones starts in April. Game of Thrones starts in April. That's next month. I've waited so long. Has everyone seen the trailer for Game of Thrones? It just came out on the 5th. Oh my gosh. It looks insane. I'm just gonna be like crying. Anyways, so that was my Death by Cross Stitch. And then I spun the wheel. And I got Fantastic Voyage by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and I made it fit for the homework. The homework for this past week was that you had to get items for school, so I said that I was getting a telescope and books because this chart has both of those. And then I used Death by Cross Stitch for my other item, which was dragon liver. That chart has a dragon. You would get a dragon liver from a dragon, I would assume. And so, anyways, Fantastic Voyage. I had been right around here. I hadn't started the water yet. And the water was like the end of a page, and then this was like another page. So I finished a page working on it for the homework, and then I did another page. Yay! This border part here though, it's like the very bottom of the chart. I started from the bottom left, and I'm working my way over. These are just like the partial pages at the very bottom, and then I don't know where I'm going to go next after that. I don't know if I'm going to work up the top, or up the right side, or up the left side. I don't know where I'm going. I need to see like what the picture looks like and decide which area looks funner to stitch first. So that is where I am now. It's Thursday, so technically I have one more day working on that, and then going into the weekend, probably work more on Death by Cross Stitch, but I don't know how much stitching I'll get done because I'm going to be at my parents' house for the weekend, most of it. So yeah, and then Monday I'll be spinning my wheel, woo! So we will see what happens with that and with Magical Stitches, because Magical Stitches decides everything. They tell me that I have to do something, I'm going to do it. Because I don't know why, we just do. If they say do it, we're just like, okay. How much time do I have? Anyway, so that is all that I have for stitching, and I hope to see y'all in my next video. Bye everyone.